Leo, hi, welcome into my channel. My name is Firestorm Shan, and I'm here to do your reading for December. This is going to be a general reading for the zodiac sign of Leo, Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus in the North Node, or you could check your Jupiter, Saturn, Mars placements as well if you should choose. If you need to book a personal reading with me, the information is in the description box below. This is general, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap into the atmosphere right now. I'm going to call in the collective of the Leo nations, and I'm going to ask for the divine guidance for the pulling in the strongest energies, because this is a collective reading, not just for one person, many, the strongest energies that the Leos are feeling right now in December. I thank you for it in advance, and I thank you for it right now, that your healing messages are going to come through these cards, through these messages, signs, synchronicities, and symbols. If I could talk. I am a channeler. I do usually hear songs, so if I spout out with a song, I'm channeling that for you. And so if you like my voice, I guess that's good. If you don't, I'm sorry. I'm still not going to change who I am. I hope you enjoy these readings, and I hope they're helpful, fun, or whatever you want them to be, but let's go ahead and get your messages for December. Of course, if the shuffling part bothers you, you can always fast forward. Let's pop it. Leo Nation. All right, you guys. What's going on? Ooh, sacral chakra. This came through for Taurus yesterday. Sacral chakra is an area in your... Okay, so... Oh, a minute. You got the crown chakra. We'll go over these in just a second. Crown chakra. Okay. Well-deserved reward. Oh, nice. And lead. Lead. I'll talk about that in a minute. You're pulling all of these chakras. There's the solar plexus chakra. So Leo needs to do some chakra work in December. And to find balance, all of the chakra cards are showing up in the throat chakra. And rest and reconsider. All right, you guys. We have teach, lead, and teach. The lead card keeps staring out at me. I'll talk about it in a minute, I guess. One more, and listen. Look at those pretty green eyes. She's pretty. All right, that's enough for now. Let's see what we got. Let's talk about this. Woo, we started out with the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra is located in your hips, like right here. Right here, okay? The message of this card is, this is where your creative energy is held, your sexual energy is held. And when it's open, you are creative, you're flowing, your intimacy is pure. It is totally 100% associated with dancing, sex, music, art. It is a water element, so it's creation. It's about creation. When it gets blocked, you'll find that you have maybe encountered some sort of writer's block, or you can't feel like you can tap into your creative arts with music, or sexual energy is pent up, you're not having orgasms, and your perception towards intimacy is perverted. Okay, so they want us to take a look at this area here, but what's interesting is this is the second chakra, right? It says 2 there. The third chakra was just above that, and that is such a Leo energy right there. These energies, this area is a Leo. Heart, creativity, all of that's here. So the solar plexus is giving you the courage and the the capacity to expand. Now, let's just see one thing really quick. Hang on one second. Let's look at the key points on the third chakra. Solar plexus chakra. Okay. This energy here is associated with the upper abdomen. It is in touch with your personal power, your self-esteem, your willpower, and your identity is all located in this area. It is linked to the color yellow. It is said to govern the digestive system. Okay. An imbalanced solar plexus can lead to issues like low self-esteem, feeling powerless, or digestive problems, while a balanced one manifests confidence and a strong sense of purpose. So it's located between the navel and the sternum. So it's right here. Okay, and it's like your digestive tract. Yeah. Okay. It affects your stomach, your liver, your pancreas, and your gallbladder, and your digestive system. If it's imbalanced, you'll feel insecure, you'll feel timid, you will risk being we will avoid taking risks. You'll feel powerless, and you will be lazy. In excess, you might feel controlling, manipulative, or overbearing. And the physical body, it is indigestion, gas, ulcers, or nausea. If you want to put it back into balance, you could try some yoga, such as the boat pose, the cobra pose, and the warrior pose. You can repeat these affirmations. I am confident, I am powerful, or I can. You could do breathing exercises that will energize your solar plexus. Vigorous physical activities like running or hot yoga will help release this energy. So we got to get moving. And that's the thing with the sacral chakra. It's about how do you break up the sacral chakra is to get moving, dancing, moving your hips, and drinking plenty of water. And then this here is, right above that sacral chakra, which is telling me that some of us are having insecurity issues. If this is coming out, they're wanting us to look at it for a reason and pay attention to these energetic portals. They're portals. They really are. So if you're having any kind of digestive issues, or you're feeling overbearing or undermotivated or lazy, this is your message. Oh my goodness, you guys, you have so many. Your next chakra that came out is the throat chakra. Okay, and when your throat chakra comes, you feel like you don't feel like you have a voice. But when it's open, you feel like you can express yourself freely and who you are. A closed throat chakra, you will experience probably areas where your throat will just try to start to close, or you'll cough a lot. There's something there that your voice needs to be heard. The Leo's got to roar, but what kind of roaring are we doing? Are we doing controlling roaring, and or are we roaring out of a healed voice? Then we have it here with the crown chakra, which is at the very top here. And this is an important area where we receive downloads from the spirit realm, where it's brings in clarity. It opens us up. So we're starting from the base all the way to the top. So there's some work that needs to be done, Leo, here. We need to work on our crown chakra. So that means, what are we putting into our thoughts? Are we doing meditations? Are we focusing on good or bad, negative or positive energies? Whatever you're focusing on or you're allowing in is seeping down into your throat chakra, which is causing you to speak of whatever is coming through, good or bad, causing some of us I'm a Leo, and I'm not going to lie. This holiday season, it might be wise. This Thanksgiving, we kind of all overdid it, was a little lazy. Maybe, turkey, it has natural chemistry to where it makes you tired after you eat it. So, don't blame it on just blame it on the turkey. Just blame it on the turkey. But anyway, you know, we got to keep moving. You know, this is December's reading, so it's easy to kind of maybe overdrink, overindulge during this time of year because we're celebrating so much. So they want us to make sure we get some kind of vigorous activity in, or movement or dance. Just keep it balanced out here, because your next card here is we have find balance. So there's that wheel. It's a wheel. It's a spinning. It's a number 2. It's kind of like a reddish, orangish color. And, you know, that kind of reminds me of these 2 colors here. And they're both 2s. 2, 2. And 2s are about choices. But 2 plus 2 is 4, and that has to do with your stability in your foundation. I also am going to tell you that you got a well-deserved reward here. You have every right to stand up on that plateau there, a pedestal. Some of you guys are wrapping up a cycle here and getting rewards and recognition at the end of the year here. And so what they're saying is they would like for you to, in December, rest and reconsider. Another 9. Okay? Yes, 2 9s. Different colors, it's okay. This guy here's on his pedestal and got victory, and this guy here is resting and reconsidering, and they're both 9s, which is about the end of a cycle, because we're at the end of the year here, so we're at the end of 2025. Rest and reconsider, okay? Because we're being called to lead. People are, okay, this is the card I want to talk about before. This looks like a doppelganger or a mimic to me. I've been doing some research on paranormal activities and unseen forces and things like, you know, angels, demons, ghosts, earthbounds, you know, fays. I'm curious about all that kind of stuff. And I was doing some research on mimics, and there was a lady on YouTube who had videotaped her mimic, which was her doppelganger, standing behind her, and she took a picture of it, and she said, I keep saging this window and it goes away, but as soon as the sage wears off, it's right back. So she has like a real spiritual entity that's trying to mimic her, copy, clone. And so, I mean, that's not a bad thing if you're a good leader. You know what I mean? You want to build up followers that follow the leader. Now, they don't have to look like you and act like you and be like you and do everything exactly like you, which is interesting, but it's just something that came to my mind. Now, the second thing that comes to my mind is here. Here you are standing in the light, and you have your crown on, but then back here is possibly your shadow. And so that's where that 2 choices comes into place. Rest and reconsider. Because this is the blue card over here. So the guy behind you is saying, hey, brah, rest and reconsider. But over here, you're like, no, I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. Like this. Ta-da. So that's what the blue and the reds, that's why they're coming in, and that's why we're picking up 2 different kinds of Leos. Some of you Leos need to take a rest and reconsider. Others of you Leos, you've been doing the work. So I always say there's 2 kinds of Leos. There's the eye of the tiger Leo, you know, and then there's the Garfield Leos. Okay, which one are you? Are you Garfield, or are you the lion, the leader of the pack? Okay, because people do watch you, Leo. Everybody sees a Leo. Yes, they do. And you're being called to lead. Now, also, it says listen. Listen, listen, listen. I just think her eyes are so pretty. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with somebody that's got green eyes. She is multiracial. Looks to me. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Listen, listen. So, like, shh. This is a time of listening in December. 2 goes with those 2s, those choices. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. Listen to your body. 2, 2, 2, 2. It's a choice. Lots of choices here. You have teach. You are a teacher. You are being called to lead and teach. Number 4 and number 5. They go hand in hand. Pay attention to the colors. Listen. Listen. Pay attention to the colors. Listen and teach. Notice her hair is like going, woo! That reminds me of the crown chakra being opened up and illuminated. See all of the energies around here? She's listening. Sonar vision, sonar ears. Her hair's even being elevated. Come on, y'all. Can't make this up. So you're being called to teach. So if you're new here to this whole realm of energy work, well, welcome in, because I'm pretty new and learning all about it myself. It's kind of something I wasn't raised to be a part of. I wasn't taught about this stuff. I had to learn it on my own. So here I am trying to help you understand that our body is a temple, and we have energy portals lining up from the base all the way up to the top here. Okay, and whenever something short circuits that energy, either whatever plug it is, whatever portal it is, that will cause illness to begin to show up in your body. Mental, physical, spiritual, and financial. So they want us to find balance. Okay? So, well-deserved reward. This is for those of you that's been working hard, doing the work. You're getting a reward if you've been already doing this. But for those of us who have not, we're new, we're just learning, they want you to take some time to rest and consider maybe putting an end to some things that are harming you. Maybe too much drinking, too much turkey, too much focus on a past wound. So the black cards are all spirit, by the way. And every one of these cards here that you pulled, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards are all spirit cards in this deck. The rest of these, they're just plain earthly matters. Little things that you can work through. Making sure you get rest. Standing in your power. And finding balance. So there's not much that you have to do. Spirit's really here big time. So you got 1, 2, 3 cards there, a 9, a 9, and a 2. So that's 18, 19, 20, and that works. Isn't that interesting? In numerology, this 9 plus 9 plus 2 equals 20. 20 plus 0 equals a 2. It's choice. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, Leos. It's choice. Whatever you put in your body is either going to put you on the top of that pedestal and make you feel better. That's for the person that is getting out there doing some dancing, staying creative, pushing, doing some maybe a good exercise workout or doing some yoga, things like that to get those, they're finding balance. Yeah. You're going to get a well-deserved reward in December. For others of you, the Garfields, I need to get out there and start walking more. I know. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. 7 of those were spiritual in nature. And I want to take notice to the masculine and the feminine energies here. I'm picking up on Sagittarius energy with the female. It says teach. So I don't know if you have that in your chart or you're dealing with that or anything like that, but you're teaching loyalty because there's a dog there. Whoopsie. See the doggy? And there's a rose. Isn't that beautiful? And look at all the students. Teaching loyalty to, you know, your vessel. Okay. December. What's going on with the Leos? I'm going to pull you some tarot. What tarot messages do we have for the Leos in December, please? Thank you. Weird shuffling. You know, my workshop flooded, and I've noticed the cards, they were just in the same room, and look how the moisture in the air has messed with these cards. I think that's why they're shuffling weird, because they just went through a storm. Maybe you went through a storm. Heavy emotions. A lot of water means emotions, feelings. You know, could have caused a little bit of damage, and that's why those chakras are, you know, needing clearing right now. Okay. We have the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So yes, this is for those of you that are going through a dark night of the soul, and you need to clear those chakras. Nine of Swords. Sleepless nights. 10 of Swords, you guys. This is the energy that's crossing you. It's either helping you or hindering you. It's over, whatever it was. You know, it's a betrayal. It hurts. It's a stab in the back. Like you're trying to stop something from happening, but it's only going to end anyway. In December. This is the December reading. This is what's going on in your heart space. At the foundation of your reading here is the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. You're wanting to take some sort of passionate action towards a new beginning. You might be feeling like it's time to move and get out of Dodge and travel. Yep. That's fast forward movement. These are very fast energies. You're like, this betrayal changes your course. And yes, that's the truth. It's heading you on a new course towards, what are you thinking about? The truth about love. You have 2 aces here. This is what you're like. Actually, you have 3 aces. Wow, Leo. This ending takes you like, you're like, I am getting the heck out of Dodge. It puts you on a brand new course. Phew. There's that Sagittarius energy. These are Sag cards. I'm out of here, and you're going towards, oh my God, a brand new life. A whole new life, Leo. You have a whole new life opening up. New love, new ideas, new possibilities, new places to take action, new passion. You see the truth about a matter. Wow. Did you have a wake-up call or a shake-up or something, Leo? Something really like, boy, whatever this ending was, woo! It woke you straight way up. Whoever this is for. What happened in the recent past? What happened in the recent past with the Leos, please? Empress. Queen of Pentacles. Lots of happiness. Wow, things are really freaking awesome in the past. You got judgment came in for some reason. You got some sort of news, which was, you know, this is supposed to be good news, but it depends on the energies around it. And right now that looks good, but the only thing I'm concerned about is this here. A shocking surprise. Like all of a sudden, like you are doing really good. Like Empress energy, this divine feminine, beautiful, stable, finances are good, nurturing, loving, caring, the good mother, Queen of Pentacles, stable, solid, so nurturing and caring and loving and financially stable, happiness and bliss. But then judgment rolls in and you get some sort of shocking news, which is like, whoa, what happened to my 10 of Pentacles? This is a family dynamic. Whoopsie. Oh, yeah, you got 3 10s on the board. Leo, you got 3 10s on the board. This is what happened in the recent past. Something happened in the family. Like big time breakup. Big time financial loss. Some kind of big time divorce. It seems really strange, you guys, because like you're like, oh, everything, I'm just so in love and I'm so happy. Oh my goodness. Look at me. Oh, things are just wonderful. I'm so happy. Things are so wonderful. You know. And then boom. Excuse me, sir, ma'am. Something's off with this picture. Maybe it's because there's 2 women in here. Maybe a mother and a wife. Mother-in-law and a wife. Judgment was called, Leo. Judgment was called, and this whole family dynamic that went from happiness and bliss went to an upside down hot mess. Wow, Leo. My God. What was this judgment about? What is going on with these 2 women, this Empress and this, you know, it could have just been a financial loss too, but there's another single person coming in here. 9 of Pentacles. Wow. I see. 3 of Pentacles. Lots to do with like money and stability. The judgment call was to somebody made the judgment call to go from a family dynamic, 10 of Pentacles, to being single. That's the breakup. Okay, so I guess I want to know what happened here. Why? Why did they leave? Well, this bunch of these cards just flipped over. This is the second time this 3 of Pentacles has tried to show itself to us, so we're going to take it. Okay. Y'all, there's been things going on in the background that you probably weren't aware of, or maybe you were aware of, but you were just trying to keep things balanced. But there was trouble in paradise already. There's the Moon card here with this 3 of Pentacles. 3 people building something in secret. 3 people here. There's something, a mystery, a disillusion, deceit. Something was being hidden between 3 people. There's third-party energy. 3's a crowd, y'all. Y'all, listen. Listen, listen, listen. This has been going on for a long time with the 9 of Pentacles. Doing work on you. Somebody's been doing work on you. 9 of Wands, Temperance, Sagittarius energy. This is that repeat cycle of going over and over and over again, expecting something, some different results. Expecting change when you're doing the same thing over and over again is an illusion. So that's why everything had to come crashing down. I feel like Michael the Archangel has been here with you the whole time, trying to guide you, help you temper the passions, get control over your situation, but you can't, because it's like it's like the song that never ends. This is 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 the song that never ends. When I was a kid, we used to love to sing all kinds of songs, and that was one of them we would do. We would just sing it over and over and over again to annoy our friends. This is the song that never ends. Isn't that annoying? God, you must be so annoyed with yourself. I'm a Leo. Okay? And this resonates with me because we don't have, we got a little bit of a toxic family, so I totally get it. I totally get it. Blended families. That's why. Okay, let's get off of this. So, yeah. Third party energy is what caused the downfall of this family dynamic, and legacy, and money, and inheritance. Because the 10th house is all about that. Your public image, your career, your legacy, your stability. What do you have to show for yourself before you leave this earth? Your inheritance. Alright, moving forward. Yay for us Leos, it's almost over. Well, it is over with the 9 of Swords and 10 of Swords. It is over. Could be dealing with a Cancerian. I did their reading yesterday. You do have the Moon card here. You showed up in their reading yesterday. You might want to check it out. I don't remember the entire reading, but I just remember you being there. And now Cancer is here. Sagittarius is here. They were there in Cancer's reading. Sagittarius, Leo. They were in Cancer's reading too, so. But, well. I'm going to put it back in and we're going to ask for a question. That was the King of Cups. It looked like it was in the reverse. So, let's just see. Incoming energies for Leos, please. Very well, I like it. High Priestess. Probably going to be going inward and really doing some soul searching, folks. And really listening to your intuition. Your spirit guides. Tapping into your spirituality. Looking at the bigger picture. Suddenly, your spirituality is going to be spurred from this ending. Maybe some of you guys have gone off on the wayward and not really thought much about the importance of spirituality. But remember, our reading started with the chakras being all off. That creative space, that perversion of intimacy, that lack of creativity, the digestive issues, the liver problems, the pancreas problems, the stomach issues, the blocked throat chakras, needing to protect your crown. Like, whenever I go out into large public places, I like to wear hats, because if you're not aware, it's a form of spiritual protection, because this area, your crown chakra, and there's a chakra on the back of your neck. It's your throat chakra, but it's at the back of your neck, is one of the first places entities or spirits will try to get into your body, because we are portals. So if we don't have these, guarded and protected, and we're just out there loosey goosey and doing and whenever we want without really thinking about what we're entertaining, because we don't realize it, this wake-up call is going to throw you into a new spiritual walk. Yes. Some of you guys are going to be returning to your roots, if you had them, concerning your upbringing on spiritualities, whatever those kinds were. Others of you, you're going to find a new course of spirituality. For me, I feel like I went through this scenario probably in 2018, This is 2025. I remember it well. And this is when I started picking up tarot. I was born and raised a Christian. Spent most of my life there, but I did end up leaving the church. And just didn't do anything for a long time. Just nothing. I just, I was kind of like I was explaining to you a minute ago, just kind of wishy-washy, not really paying attention, just being here, not really, just surviving, trying to recover from the hurt, But I picked up tarot, and the tarot is what helped me heal myself. It helped me identify with my characteristics, with my flaws, with my good things. It helped me to understand myself, and it also helped me understand other people. And because of that, I would go, oh, I get it now, or now I see the why. Sometimes just knowing the why is all you need, because you need closure. So the why here is that there's been third-party ultimate betrayals. It's been going on for a long time with the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands. For whoever I'm reading for, it had to come to an end. Michael the Archangel intervened. You had an angelic intervention that puts you on a new spiritual path. Oh, that's beautiful, Leo. I mean, I hate that you're hurting, because I remember the feeling of the hurt. But damn, Leo, when you allow the High Priestess and the Temperance, the angels and your higher self and your spirit guides to come forward, and the universe and the Holy Spirit, man, your whole world's gonna change. Your whole world's gonna change. Your whole world's gonna change. All right, what's the situation? Let's finish your reading. The situation for Leos. Situation, Leos, is you need to heal. Yes, you have your sword of truth in your hand. Yes, there is the reminder of the Three of Swords, the hurt, the wound. My heart is still hurting and I need to heal. That's fine. That's what you're being, that's the situation. That's where you should be right now. That's okay. So don't think I'm picking on you about saying, get out there and give me 5, 10 laps. Give me 100 push-ups. I'm not saying that. I mean, it might help some of you, bump you out of if you're feeling like you don't want to get out of bed, because that could be that true. Like some of you guys are getting depressed and you're just wanting to sleep a lot, and then that doesn't keep the energy moving and your chakras get blocked and you're not talking, and so you're not communicating, and you need to communicate. You're a Leo. How is Leo looking to others in December? How does Leo look to other people in December? Yes, Leo. Beautiful. Fortune shines upon you. You are stepping into your destiny. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. The Leo is moving on. Yes, yes, yes. The wheel has turned in your favor, Leo. I'm gonna cry. Leo. Leo. Favor fortunes you. You have favor. Okay? You're gonna be okay. This is destined to happen. You're gonna be great. You're gonna be fine. Luck is shining upon you. I just need to tell you that. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm crying. I'm just happy for you, because I know how hard it is. Okay, quit it, Shannon. Okay. Cancer got me crying yesterday, too, when they were reading. Okay. What is your hope or fear? What are you hoping and fearing, Leos? Leos, what are you hoping and fearing? Whoosh, bless your hearts. Oh, you're fearing a Queen of Swords in the reverse. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Divine Feminine. You're scared of her. She can be quite cold and calloused. She could be a real bitch. You're afraid of her. She can cut you with a knife with her sword in a heartbeat. She can turn your world upside down with gossip, malice, lies. If she's an attorney, she can manipulate you and take everything you have. But fortune shines upon you. But you do have a concern, Leo, because she's pretty pissed. And this might be, whoever over here from the family dynamic in the past, might be upset about this, breakup. But the ten of Swords is air energy, so yeah, that's why it's so important that you stay spiritually guided right now. You're going to need to know how to navigate around this energy, because air energy, they are super smart, and they can really manipulate and fuck people's lives up with lies, y'all. I'm thinking about a Bible verse. Who was it? Joshua, the coat of many, Jacob, Joshua, the coat of many colors. Let's see, what was it? I'll just try to tell you in a nutshell. Bible verse, so it's way back in yonder days. And there was a family, and there was one child that was the favorite of them all. And so the other brothers and sisters were getting jealous. And these were older brothers and sisters. They're all grown. But back then, the family was very different. They had great big families. They all lived together in tribes, I'm talking about that stuff, like Jewish customs back in very before Christ days, even after Christ days, I guess, but whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right, people? But this is the Old Testament, before Christ. And they were so jealous of the favor that this son had that they didn't have with their father, that they staged a coup and actually sold him off into slavery, but told their father that he was eaten by bears, and they took his coat of many colors he had, because he had this cool coat that was made for him, and they took this coat and gave it back to his father and said, look, and they ripped it up and they put blood on it, and they made all these lies and told the father that his favorite son was dead. A bear had gotten him. But what they did is they sold him off to slavery. Guys, you want to talk about some family drama, some backstabbing. But you want to know what happened? That son that was sold off into slavery, he ended up getting favor with the king, because he was really good at managing money, and they were going through a crisis at the time, a famine. And so he always had favor when he was in prison. He had so much favor with the leaders, so they would like, well, you're different than the rest of the slaves. Come up here and be with us. And so they realized how blessed they were to have this person in their life, and so they actually made him one of their leaders and took him out of slavery. Well, lo and behold, one day when he's sitting on the throne and he's having to give out grain, food, he's giving out food because there's a famine, so they have to ration it out to families. Lo and behold, who comes before him is all of his brothers, who are coming to the Pharaoh and asking for food. And he's looking at them and he's like, oh my God, those are my brothers. They don't even recognize me. Because I'm sure he wore the Pharaoh makeup and he had all the garb on. He had the whole costume of the tradition on. That wasn't his normal culture. And so he found himself, the brother that was like elevated high, found his brothers begging for food. Let me tell you what. The story says that he sent them away, and then he went off in the back room and had to take a break and cried his eyeballs out. Like, oh my gosh, can you believe this? And he had to pray, he had to seek, he had to, get his emotions out of the way. He was so betrayed and hurt by what they had done. And so he sends them on their way, but what he does is when he sends them on his way, he has some of his servants actually stick a bunch of grain and gold and expensive pottery, like precious metals in their bags, on their donkeys, and sends them off. And so he ends up setting his brothers up. I know this is getting long, but it's interesting. He calls, I guess you would say, the police and reports them for stealing precious metals and gold. So he sends out the soldiers. They go check their bags, and sure enough, they're accused of stealing from Pharaoh. They didn't. He set them up. So it's like eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, karma for karma. So they have to come back, and they're all thrown into jail. This is funny, you guys. He lets them sit there and think about it for a few minutes, a few days. And then he comes in and he reveals to them who he truly is. And he weeps and they cry and they all start crying and they start breaking down and crying. He says, go get my father. Go get my father and bring him here to me. Because Dad was still at home. He's old. He couldn't travel. And so, wow. I mean, what a story of reconciliation through some of the most tremendous amounts of turmoil that you could ever imagine. Who would have ever thought that that family could be reconciled? So, I mean, there is a possibility for that for you too. That's what's coming out here. But let me tell you what. Look at these tears, this emotion. Imagine yourself. I can imagine yourself feeling like that. Yeah. So, you are dealing with a very angry woman right now, some of you. Okay. What is the outcome of your reading, folks? Moving forward, let's close your reading, please. Sorry, this has gotten long. Outcome of Leo's reading, please. Wow. We have a tower, and there you are, Leo. Towers come in to tear everything down so that it can be rebuilt again. And there you are. It's representing you, Leo. You are going through a tower moment for whoever this is resonating with. 2 people are being thrown off this tower, by the way, into the crashing waters. You can't stop a tower. It feels like a divine intervention. But listen, this tower is coming in to set you, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, guides, angels, higher self, whoever it is that you worship, or if you don't worship, whoever you talk to, Spirit is real. And if you don't want to believe in that, you don't have to. Just look at the fruit of your life. If you're doing fine, this isn't your reading. If you're going through a tower moment, this is your reading. And they're calling you home, Leo, to do some spiritual work in December. Okay? Let's close you off with some lighted pathway messages. I wasn't planning on making this so long. I don't even know if it's warranted to be such a long reading or if anyone will even watch this. Let's get some guiding messages for you before we let you go here for the day. Leo would like some encouraging messages, please, Holy Spirit. I pray to the Holy Spirit because I believe the Holy Spirit lives in everything, good or bad. And we need both to make the world go round. Let's go ahead and make this happen for you. There are decisions that are needed, Leo. Talk to us about those decisions that are needed, please. What decisions does Leo need to make? Relocation. Some of you guys are being asked to move. What else? Putting in the effort. Focused on work and money. Well, if you're going to relocate, you're going to need money to move. So they need you to stay focused on your work, because the situation is here, some of you guys aren't wanting to get out of bed. And there is a decision needed. It's time to relocate. You're going to have to put in more effort than what you have been and get focused on working. I know you feel conflicted. I know you're conflicted. I know you're conflicted. It is time to talk. And an apology is due. And then we have it one more time. Second time this has come out. Relocation and moving. Apologize for your part in the situation, and that's all you can do. And yeah, you're going to be moving, for whoever's resonating with this. Until next time, my loves. A little bit of a difficult message, but it's a good thing, because remember, the Tower's coming in to bring you 3 new possibilities. The only thing I don't see here is the Ace of Pentacles. And that's because you need to make the decision to move. And the Ace of Pentacles is a moving card. It's missing. So you need to make the decision. Good luck. Hasta la vista, baby. After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. Namaste. Hope all is well. Be good to each other. Be kind to each other. Take care of yourself. Love and light. Bye-bye.